And we are back with more Elden Ring. Last time we left off, we've explored most of Raya Lucaria. That is not the swamp area itself, right in the middle. Well, I say swamp area. I mean, it is a swamp, but it's kind of like a lake that things are sinking into. There's also still the very top bit of Raya Lucaria we haven't gotten to yet, which is seemingly the tunnel to get around the Great Lift not working. And yeah, I think that's really about kind of it for things to go check out. Oh yeah. We last left off with Kenneth Height here. And okay, so I was kind of curious. So actually, like when you come back from the game, it's not considered a rest because all these guys are still dead from last time we were here. That is good to know, even though it desummoned Oleg here. I was also thinking we can do a quick sojourn into Caelid this time because I want to try and, like, at some point test out my strength on enemies here to see if we're not any better than what we were a long time ago. But alright, let's... I'm just eyeing this over here. If I recall correctly, this patch was where we teleported over to the bestial clergyman's place. Still a bit curious what this would be here. I don't know if it would be the Erd Tree or if the Erd Tree is like way farther north. Oh, at some point we actually did fill in this bit of the map. Okay. Because I'm still suspicious of this, there's a shipwreck site over here, but... Alright. One of the things I also wanted to check out was... I guess we can go back to the round table for this. Alright, back to the round table. Hold! I wanted to see what it takes to upgrade that new Frenzy Spear that we got. Because I do want to experiment a bit more with Frenzy. It's pretty dangerous, but... Like, if I recall correctly, Frenzy only works on humanoid opponents, I think? But I'm not 100% certain. Alright, let's see here.
Well, I took you for dead, no matter lay out your own.
I'm going to assume it's Somber Smithing Stone instead of Tiggs. Alright, now let's see. Lord Sword and Great Sword. That'll be enemy spears. Here we go. Yeah, Somber Smithing Stone for Vike's War Spear. And then... Yeah, I would imagine that you can't apply any Ashes of War to it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I do wonder, if I were to give it up, what would I replace it? I mean, we're just starting out with the Arumi, so... You know, keeping that... Although I guess we didn't get this to +6, which I thought we had... 589 runes, not a ton. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to give it the Pike. Pike basically is kind of staying. Honestly, the Grafted Dragon, it's not bad, but... I don't know. So far, it's not as impressive as I want it to be. And we do have basically magic that does involve fire as is, so... let's see here. Yes, we need 20 dex anyway to actually be able to wield the spear. Which is only one more. So probably on next level up, just be able to give it a shot. And I don't think we would want to have any other weapon... Well... We could have the dagger in the left hand, since we kind of use it mainly for just like stabbing and projectiles. So, alright. So that's stuff to consider basically for next time. I imagine that the Frenzy Spirit will probably be alright, but at some point it'll probably be replaced with a different weapon, but, you know, it's all about the journey, all about swapping out stuff. And just taking a look around to see if anything's kind of changed around here since the last session. I'd imagine that the only thing I could see changing would be our tribal warrior friend maybe having made herself sparse? Let's see. No, she's still here.
No. How could I say that? Father has... No.
Eh, still same dialogue. Alright. Let's go ahead and get on with it. The obvious candidate to look into, basically, is Academy Gate Town. Because no matter what, we can't enter the Academy right now until we get ourselves a... I want to say it was a Laystone key. Don't think there was any other minor Erd trees in the region that we have yet to get to. I do kind of want to check out this general, like, area. Like, there's a lot of the swamp that we need to check out. And there was, at some point... Yeah, you know what? Let's start over here. And then we're going to head north, because if I recall correctly, there was a weird, like, little overhang that we avoided way back when we did the run upwards. Yeah, here we go. The weird battle between the marionette people and... I want to say the fire people? So it looks like maybe the Cuckoo Knights. Oh, the puppets. The puppets besiege us. Though I must say that actually these... Well, I think basically we already looked at that guy before. But alright. I don't think the fire guys are Cuckoo people. They look like Cuckoo people over there. And honestly, I'm just checking out this structure here to see if there's a hidden little dungeon room, maybe. Because this entire fallen ruin here... Oop, what do we have here? The Purified Ruins. Huh. Alright, Golden Ruin. I do want to try out that teleporter, but let's first actually look around the ruins here. Ooh. Another ghost in the distance. There we go. Alright, I say they fixed some of the stuff being easily flippable through walls in previous games. Alright, mushroom. Honestly, I thought it might be a bit more, but I feel that way a lot of the times, where you see a corpse on the ground and expect something a bit more noteworthy than a basic gathering item, but yeah, it's like, gotta adjust our expectations. Okay. No hole in the ground here. I'd imagine this entire area is part of the same ruin, right? In hindsight, we should probably have our shackle out to see if any secrets. Ooh, hello. Hey!
Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any Shaburi grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage, in search of the distant light. And when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
More possible frenzy stuff, so alright, give her a Shaburi grape. And now think about it, now we know the source of the name Shaburi.
You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you? They rest their trembling hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their frail fingers, emaciated. Yet still, they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer.
I mean, that's because I'm not insane yet, but we're hoping to look into things a bit more to eventually become insane.
You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
And the blessing of the three fingers upon you too.
May the blessing...
Yet again, I'm looking forward to encountering this three fingers. The two fingers versus the three fingers. Now that's something I'm intrigued about. That gives me old school Dark Souls chaos element vibes. Like something simultaneously natural and not, because like... Chaos in Dark Souls kind of felt very much like flame cancer. It was like something mimicking the real thing and kind of basically the real thing, but immensely not the real thing. And that's kind of the same vibe I get with the three fingers, where it's like it might be even more pure, as it were, than the two fingers, but something's up with it. Come out one and all from the darkness underground, and let us offer unto the maiden our eyes. Okay, yep, that's one of the frenzied dudes. Ah, we go. Alright, smoldering butterfly, and we can go ahead and summon one of our helpers here. I might regret it, but we need to try out the bird. There we go. Let's go, Warhawk. I imagine the guys around here are probably not too strong. There they are. Thank you, bird. Alright, Google Glintstone. There we go. Alright, Smithing Stone 2, not bad. And there we go. Which this does remind me as well. I saw basically there was a comment in the previous video that mentioned a good... Oh, okay. I guess that's everyone here in the ruins. That mentioned a good potential use for the, What? Why did my bird vanish? There's obviously someone here. But I'll say a secret. I was looking at those floorboards. But yeah, for that one mass that draws the enemy attention, that they mentioned basically that it is good for tanking bosses, and that by having the boss only attract you, they don't attack your summons. So any like high DPS but fragile summon would be extra useful for that. Which that is quite the plan indeed, which I like that. I'll have to try that out at some point. But alright, what do we have underground here? Should bust out our lantern. And then, just in case it's a boss. Okay, looks like it's gonna be a normal room. Oh, yep. Ooh, another Shibiri grape. Alright, not a mimic. A Two Fingers heirloom. Alright, we'll look at that after we quickly run back to that maiden out here. I want to make sure she doesn't move on before we give her this. Okay, so there's, if I recall correctly, that's the statue that let us summon our summon. Actually, wait, no, I think that's the Stegomarga. I think that's the one that basically lets us quick respawn. Hello.
You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
Okay. So she's... We'll probably meet her at another point, so we're kind of like pre-graped now. Alright, let's see what this heirloom is. Raises faith. A talisman engraved with the legend of the two fingers. Raises faith. Fingers cannot speak, yet these were eloquent. Persistently did they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus did we gain the words of our faith. The entire two-finger, three-finger, and potentially any other things beyond that, because I don't know if it's like 2 plus 3 is 5 is a hand, or if it's, you know, there's a 1-finger, a 2-finger, a 3-finger, and a 4-finger. Okay, so these were the purified ruins. Alright, we should yet again make our way north to that teleporter. I think that's a puppet carcass or husk or whatever up there. Alright, where will you take me? Travel to another location? Yes. And I can never remember if these count as a rest or not. Let's see. IMP back? No. Okay, but I was saying, like, I've been here before. I've taken that one. So, alright. Teleporting back. The thing is, though, I don't recall going to the Purified Ruins. Like, it wasn't on our map, I think. So I wonder if there are multiple teleporters that just go straight to the Academy. Alright, let's slightly dodge the war camp place for right now. I do wonder if we're going to come across some of the larger puppet heads here, or whether those are like tanks. Okay. Regular soldiers versus those blue ghost soldiers we fought before. I forget, they kill each other. Do we gain runes? Kind of waiting for one of them to deal a finishing blow. Oh. There we go. Alright, we can stay roughly in the area. That's it, it's gonna get good here. Oh, I gotta say, those non-blue warriors stood the ground better than I thought they would. Oh, and now think about it, friendly fire. Ever since I was a kid, I love it when games have enemies that can fight other enemies, and just like watching an ant farm, just like watching them fight against each other. Alright, looks like the battle's almost wrapped up. Definitely the flesh and blood warriors are holding the ground pretty well. Okay, it's about to finish off that one. Okay, good. Well, alright, that didn't last long. There we go, I was about to say. Guy in the far left. Oh, okay, we can actually summon a helper here. Though, I wonder if Latenna would be a better choice than someone like Oleg or the Maiden. Alright, Golden Ruin 6. Golden Ruin 3. Ah, a Lucarin. Might as well grab the rest of this stuff down here. Alright, crystal darts. Didn't time my dodge correctly there. Okay, let's see. Should have done basically the Maiden who could heal herself. Okay, good, good. Ouch. There we go. Dang shockwave. no actually being able to poison him. Alright, drink some mana. Actually, some stamina back first. Okay, go. Ooh, okay, nope, he can climb that. Alright. Thanks. Still no taking to the poison. Gotta watch our stamina here. There. Just finish him off the old-fashioned way. Something good. Boo. I really thought, since it seemed like kind of the little mini-boss of the area, that would get something, but alas, not the case. And then I don't think there's anything above this. To take a drink or not to. Probably good to leave as is. Alright. What do we got? It looks good. Whoa. Alright, some resting things down too. Alright, how do we get back to the main road here? Here we go. Raya Lucaria, hollowed hall dedicated to the study of magic. Why shut your doors to me? Am I barred from donning the crown of stone? I wonder if the crown of stone is that headwear that we need for those erudition puzzles. Oop, bears. Real quick, gonna try and take a peek around here. Ooh. Okay, one of the bigger dudes. Hey, another one of those old gazebos. More of the poison dudes we encountered previously. Double checking our shackles. Yeah, I'm curious about this like little spot right there on the map. So let us real quick. Oh, actually, I see a spot of grace up ahead here. And I guess in hindsight, this would lead way to a bridge that is currently rotted away. Oh, okay. The bridge actually is somewhat still intact. I don't think we need to rest quite yet. Alright, I got a camp down there, but again, I want to check out that tower over that way. Nah. I was like, do I drink some flask for the road? But I don't think that's necessary. Alright, so we're gonna run over here and go back in the initial direction that we went to previously before we ran into this little battlefield here. Alright, back up the hill. Yep, toward these war banners. Get the Finger Maiden puppet ready. Okay, that looks like a sorcerer up above. So actually, we are going to take a drink. And let's summon Finger Maiden. comes. There these guys all come. There we go. Go for the critical hits for regaining back some health and mana. Ouch. Okay. There we go. Ouch again. Alright, just gotta rush the tower here. And that's fine. Nice. For a brief second I thought she was one of the enemies, but nope. And stab. Carrying Glint Blade Staff. Ooh. So that does sound pretty similar to the other staff we got, so I assume it's basically for sorceries involving, hello. Involving, like, blade work. Alright, doesn't say anything through that window. Alright, down we go. Alright, not a mimic. Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook 3. Alright. I wonder if we'll be able to drop down safely, but best not to risk it. Like, I think we probably could have, but there's nothing to be gained by trying to rush that quickly down. Alright, Golden Rune 4. The maiden is still around. Oh, here we go. Ah, there we go. Alright, yep, that's everybody. Yet further confirmations, roughly, that, yeah, when the person goes away, that's everybody. Because I still wonder why it took so long in the graveyard near the royal manor. Like, definitely took our summon quite some time to vanish properly. Huh. I think I see a crypt statue over that way, and I don't recall having checked it out before. Despite the fact that... oh no, these are wolves. I thought basically one of them was going to be a Spot of Grace. Of course, can't check the map right now. Yep, I kind of figured it'd be to the shade. And we don't have any dungeon unlocked this direction, so... yeah, let's go ahead and turn on a lantern. Yeah, get the shackles ready. I just know there's probably something we've already missed that we haven't used the shackles enough times. Alright. Keeping an eye out for bats, but... so far, nothing. I was gonna wonder if there'd be any bears around here, but we're kind of in an easier area than further up north. Oh, these guys. Just gotta poke them. They're nothing like their vulgar militia brethren. Whoop. I have plenty of experience fighting dudes of this body size, so. Alright, gotta keep our eyes peeled for a door. There we go. Alright, might be best to run past them. A bit more out in the open. Then turn back and fight. Oh, come on, you. Alright, I'm going to assume that this crypt dungeon is still further down. And that we haven't passed it. But it does feel pretty far away from where normally the statues point us towards. Okay, there is a poison trap, I guess. Can I? Okay, so these guys still count as a vulgar militia. Interesting. Alright, Somber Smithing Stone 2. Okay, so we must have passed this side dungeon we're supposed to find. So definitely need to keep an eye out for any dudes that are hiding in the shade. And given all these things are your standard, like, crypt dungeon, I imagine it's going to be on the left side of the wall here. Even though in theory it could be, like, against the cliff side. Oh, here we go. What do we got? Cliff Bottom Catacombs. Alright, well. Unlock. Do we need to... There we go. Wait, no, that is the wrong one. I am now trying to recall how to... There we go. Okay, I don't think we need a rest. Yeah, I guess Black Flame for right now. But at some point we do need to give the actual, like, flame incantations a go. Alright. That's what I get for not looking forward. Okay, so obviously something up here. Okay. Grave Glovewort. Alright, no secret wall. Someone at the elevator so I don't fall in that death pit by accident. Although... a bit wasteful, but... I was just assuming it was a death pit, but we should probably take a better look. Yeah, okay, that looks like a death pit. Two, three, four... Okay. No other pop-out surprises here. Root resin. I was like, just in case that pile of debris was somehow a hidden passage. But alright, there's our Bloodborne style. Chalice dungeon door. Right now, think about it. Hit me again. There we are. Need to get in the groove of doing that. Okay, not seeing any trap switches or grave glovewort. Trying to see. Can't tell if that's like a big bulky enemy or something else. Okay. I mean, that's potentially a survivable drop down. So we're gonna have to look at that area later. Oop. There we go. Getting into the groove. Alright, there's a trap trigger. Oh, okay, that's basically... Don't... I always see the fog door and I think of the old-fashioned boss stories, but nowadays it's only the golden mist. If I recall correctly... Okay, we don't have the heal. Because I think this is one of those Revenant things I was told to be wary about. Oh, I know. It's a fat dude laying down. Okay. I thought it was like someone spider crawling. What's the... Like, I don't know basically if we can crit hit him. Ouch. Alright, get stamina back. Yep, I saw that coming. Ouch. Are you coming, good sir? I was gonna try and lead you into a trap. There we go. Okay. Note to self, he died on the trap, so do not walk through his body later on. Okay, we already got that. That was just a bench. Wait, no, wrong one. Shackles. I don't know if we can backstab these guys, but... Ouch, ouch, ouch. There we go. Alright, 2 big guys down, and we know there's a third one, and that I think it's one of those things that we saw across the way. Alright, who threw that at me? Nope. Ah, come on. There we go. Alright, who do we have over here? Oh, another rune arc. Like with all these bookshelves around, figured it was worth a shot, but nothing vanished. There we go. Okay. I'll look a bit more forward, but we'll come back to that fog door eventually here. Okay, trap. Ugh. There we go. Grave Glovewort. Yep, that's another below dart trap. Now the question is, are we making our way up towards that statue we saw, or are we going somewhere else? Okay, we're even higher up now. Treasure upon treasure upon treasure. Go. Alright, I think that should clear out the room. Oops, scythe. The big thing I'm wondering about is if that stone sword key area might not be kind of like a trap waste. Like, I wonder if the intention is that we're supposed to fall down. So in hindsight. Alright, we came up that way. Okay, I don't think we passed the statue yet. Alright. Fall down. And whereas our... Oh yeah, we took out the rainbow stones to apply the clarifying boluses, so let's go ahead and put those back on here. Dang it. Alright, survivable. Alright, big dude though down below. Let's get our Assassin's Approach ready. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Oof. Whew. Ah, too far away. Whew, alright. I think the tougher part is behind us now. That would have sucked to take both at once. Prattling paint? Wonderful. Alright. Oh, nope. I thought I had the shackles already. Okay. For a brief moment, I thought there might have been a third one. Hefty beast bones. More grave glovewort. Alright, looking so far relatively safe. Okay. Now, if possible, I would like to be able to stab them. That one actually looks a bit more armored than the other ones. Oh, alright, cool. Uh-oh. Alright, now this is trick of the light. There we go. Can't see. Come on, poison. There we go. Alright, that has to be the last one, right? And I also noticed that one was injured, strangely, so I wonder if he was the one from above and he fell down? Oh, another trap. Huh. I assume the darts are from the other side? Either that or, like, do both coffins, like, open up and then fill the room? Yep, they're the darts, alright. So far we've only seen, like, a very scant few trap combinations here. Alright, where's our shackle at here? Yeah, didn't hear anything reveal itself. Thought I heard something moving, though. Because we only got 3 left. Alright, never mind. I was gonna be like, would prefer not to fight my way through that again, but we're a bit limited right now. Just want to hit this lever. Good. There we are. Somewhere a heavy door opened. Old Fang. Also, that means that basically that previous Stone Sword Key area we found was not just a shortcut to this. I was trying to think if there's anything I could apply to it, but... Uh-oh. I'm a bit curious if the poison will just finish him off naturally. And while that's going on, we can go ahead and go over this way, activate the fog door. Use Stone Sword Key, short because it's only the one. Stone Sword Key was lost its use. Glintstone Firefly. Don't see any others. Nox Mirror Helm. Ooh. Alright, let's quickly make our way back to that guy, because I am curious if he was guarding anything good. I am so glad I didn't fall to my death from the long climb up. Oh yeah, I already had Assassin's Verge on. Down we go. Then, yeah, there we go. This way. While I get the dagger at the ready. Oh yeah, and the shield. Like, I wonder if these guys count as humanoid in terms of if frenzy only works on humanoids. Although, I'm trying to remember the original description of it. If it was like tarnished like humanoids. Aha, there was an item here. Oh, page ashes. Not bad. Given that the pages basically were the guys we fought at the Carrion Royal Manor. Ashen remains, so its spirits yet dwell. Use to summon the spirit of a page. Spirit of a page who traveled at the side of the noble he served, using a piercing sword and crossbow to defend his master. One becomes a page merely by accident of being born into obscurity. Nothing is asked of ability, talent, or volition. Oh yeah, actually, we never took a look at... Here, the Nox Mirror Helm. Helm fashioned from a crystal-looking glass. One among the Eternal City's ritual implements, easily broken and weak against striking attacks. Worn by those committed to high treason, it wards off the intervention of the Greater Will and its vassal fingers. Interesting. Speaking of me being curious about that earlier stuff there. Huh. And so it's really weak. And it weighs a lot, doesn't have a lot going. Maybe it's more of like meant for puzzles. And there's a prattling page, I assume just, yeah. Twisted clay sculpted in the shape of a human head, emits a voice that says, wonderful. A wistful fetish that imparts voices and words of an eternal journey. And then we never looked at this one. Staff embedded with a blue glintstone, one of two types of carrion staff, gifted to enchanted knights and enhanced glintblade sorcerers, no skill. And this one gives us the Abenaki Pot. A record of crafting techniques left behind glintstone craftsmen who served the academy. Contains information on faux sorceries, such as they were called. Alright. Oh, actually. Go back, because there was one item we didn't look at, and it was the scythe. Large scythe, featuring a long, slender blade, designed to reap. This weapon is capable of rapidly inflicting blood loss while also slipping through an enemy's guard. In the hands of a high dexterous wielder, it is capable of striking fear into the heart of any enemy. Ah, I can actually use this one. I am trying to recall if we had... I know we had a type of scythe before, but I don't think we had a scythe. I just realized. How do we get over there? And here. Okay, so I can't really... I'm just wondering if there's secrets kind of in that little nook. I don't think we passed like a ladder going up above. Nor can I think of a way to kind of like change your trajectory as you fall. But it feels like they would have that area there for a reason. I mean, it's possible maybe rolling at an angle would land us in there? The big question is if the higher part of that, like, crevasse is safely fallable. Wait, speaking of, let's go ahead and get our rainbow stones ready here. I just want to test that real quick. Okay. From this side of things... that landed at the bottom. Yep, alright. And still, just in case, we're going to use Assassin's Approach. Almost made it. It's like, there's a possibility that nothing is there, but... I could see them maybe putting good treasure there. At the very least, putting good golden ruins there. Alright, back up we go. Staring at my scar-covered, bloody tunic back. I do wish it wasn't so long between attempts here, though. Alright. Try one more time. Okay. Maybe it's just not accessible. Feel free to comment in the comments down below if that actually is accessible for treasure. Worthy treasure. If it's like actually just golden ruins, then yeah, we probably won't come back. But if it's like, oh no, you missed a really good weapon, or a cool summon, or a talisman, like, then we'll come back. But alright, let's make our way to the boss now. Gotta make sure we don't trigger any traps along the passageway, though. Here we go. Wait, nope. Wrong one. Yeah, we should probably use the rest spot first, though. Unless... what if it's just open? I know, I see a boss door, okay. Like, for all I knew, maybe it was like immediate treasure, but does not seem to be the case. Alright, pull lever. And probably black flame at the ready if we end up using that at all. Back up we go, and we're gonna keep an eye out for any other hidden nooks, but not seeing any. There we go. Fully replenished. I'll go back down. We'll then also summon the elevator back up. And this time, be on guard for the guy that just runs right at us. Oh, and you want to do that too? Down and back. There we go. Making up for my blunder. Alright, and which ashes should we use? Probably Finger Maiden. Oh, only a single one. Alright, that's doable. Alright. Come on, Maiden. Can you give me a heal? Ouch. Alright, good. There we go. Caden Sellsword Ashes. Now, Caden Sellsword. Do we know the Cadens? Oh yeah, the big Viking dudes. Ashen remains of which spirits yet dwell. You summon the spirit of a Caden Sellsword. Spirit of a mercenary belonging to a horse-riding folk. Skillfully uses a massive blade, made for dismounting other riders, and enhances his already considerable strength with war cries. The sellswords of Caden made their prowess known on countless battlefields. Okay. A bit anticlimactic of loot to get, but it's fine. And now we can start going towards the swamp. I was like, that's where we're going today, and then I got a bit distracted, but, you know, all the more secrets to find. Okay. There is something... Oh yeah, we already looked at basically the tower we saw there. So I gotta keep an eye on the general map, because it really does point out certain things we might otherwise easily miss. Like, I'm trying to think if we actually checked out, like, this little area here. Because that seems, like, deceptively easy to miss. Well, try doing that real quick. Slowly make our way inward. Okay, nomadic merchant looks normal. I mistook his pack mule for like a really big dude. But okay, so if we go over here, like if that's gonna hide a dungeon, I feel like it'd be hidden over this way. Okay, more of the weird poison spewers. Even more of them. Well, I see something highly suspicious. Dang it. Debating on how best to handle this. That works. Alright, yeah, there's a fire brazier over there. There we go. Yeah, you go back to what you were doing prior there, giant lobster. Hello, jellyfish. Show me the way. Definitely my lantern here. Somewhat ominous, I must say. Stillwater Cave. My adventure instincts didn't fail me. I'm like, they're gonna hide something that's gonna be at the very southern tip here of the lake. Alright. Alright, we're dealing with plants. Golden Rune. Like we're dealing with plants, I imagine. Ah, bats. I was like, what is that disgusting sound? Alright, a lot of plants, gotta say. Okay, that wasn't crazy. There are also plant people down there. I like the effect of my crafted dragon, but like half the times that it misses like this is why it's kind of on the short list right now for replacing. Ouch. Ouch. Of course, now we're poisoned. Oh, and I don't have my anti-poison actually available right now. Alright, nope. Keep thinking I have the shield equipped. Alright, Crystal Cave Moss. And I guess if we're already poisoned, we can just kind of charge full steam ahead. Yeah, I mean, the threat of poisoning me is no longer effective right now, good sir. I was wondering if I did a point blank if it did more damage, but... There we go. Alright, Poison Bloom. Miranda Flower and more Poison Bloom. I guess we might as well grab more Poison Bloom while we can. Trying to lure a few of these guys this way. Although, might just be easier to, Where are you, other one? Ouch. Alright, going to room 4. Yeah, I feel like maybe now that we know what we're dealing with, a tactical retreat is in order. Okay. I don't think we drop down. I think basically the grace is not too far back. Here we go. Definitely need to equip the anti-poison. Alright, memorize spell. Yes, I guess my poison armor won't be exactly needed right now. So, cure poison. Alright. We're gonna try and do here. Just run on ahead as much as possible. Go. Okay, so that goes further in. Aw. Can't tell if I was supposed to keep going? Guess we check out the side tunnels. I mean, imagine that we'll find out if it's a dead end or not pretty quickly. Assumedly. Maybe. Hello, bats. Oh, a harpy. Come on. There we go. I think that was a harpy. It looked like a harpy. I'm going to assume it was a harpy. The lighting makes it a bit hard to get a good look. Oh, serpent arrow. Ooh. Sage hood, robe, and trousers. Now, why does this look familiar? A burgundy pointed hood, attire of the wise sages who were deemed heretical. Evidence that the wearer was driven from town. Is that the erudition thing I'm looking for? I'm just gonna keep on guessing that every single thing that remotely is like smart person wear. But the big issue is that until we get a smart person emote, and a previous comment mentioned that I guess we don't have the emote currently, so the two that we tried before are not it. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out for any future emotes that are like thinky emotes. It's like, did I get them all? Although now think about it, I don't think those guys are sages, right? Part of me is like, you know, what type of armor would they drop? Alright, another jump across. Okay. Go hidden side tunnel there. Really does feel like if there'd be a hidden side tunnel somewhere in all that poison gunk. Okay. I can't remember if that's a stake of Marika or not, but... Alright, not seeing anything. Whatever that is. Or those are... Oh, okay, they're more the plant people. Shield's probably better. There we go. Alright, toxic mushroom. Oop, don't wanna stand in the gunk. There's the boss door. Poison grease. Grab the poison bloom. Alright. Definitely the Finger Maiden, I believe. Alright, clean rotten night. Whoa! Scarlet rot. Alright. Alright, there's some poison. Interesting that one of Lania's knights will be out here. Wing, sword, insignia. And, cure poison. Oh, nope, nope. This one. And then drink. Alright, well, I'd like to read the thing, but we are slowly dying here, so... time and place to read it. Alright, I guess return to entrance. Whoop, nope, wrong one. Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Okay, I'm not seeing any other secrets down here. Alright, return to entrance. Alright, we're still doing good on time. Excellent. Yes, 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 I know I have Scarlet Rot. Oh, can't see anything. Where are my lantern? Where are my lantern? Where is my lantern? How is my lantern? There we go. How are we doing on runes to level up? Close, but not quite yet. Just one more and we can basically get the Frenzy Lance and give it a whirl. Because yeah, like if the Grafted Dragon was going to do anything, it would have been that dungeon. And it's like... you jellyfish doing okay? I don't know what they were swinging at, but as long as it's not me and they end up getting angry. Oh yeah, we should go ahead and give the item a look now. Winged Sword Insignia raises attack power with successive attacks. A talisman depicting a raised prosthetic blade, an honor bestowed upon the knights who fought alongside Melania the Severed. Raises attack power with successive attacks. The wings symbolize Melania and her undefeated prowess. Though she never knew relief from the accursed rot she was born into, her blade was forever beautiful and relentless. Actually, I'm kind of curious here. How does the hood look compared to her? As I was kind of hoping it'd be a bit more like Little Red Riding Hood, and not old-timey movie fantasy where you meet like potentially depictions of an older generation. It's alright. We're not gonna bother with the sage attire. It's like our current attire is like pretty good looking. I could see similar to Dark Souls 3 being dissuaded by okay, we got a little poof upwards. But I could see basically being dissuaded by a strong enough opponent if we get their armor. A la Dark Souls 3. Alright, a little descending area here. Hello, bats. Goodbye, bats. Not seeing anything over here. Alright, and this just kind of safely wraps back around. Alright, if we look at the map here... And all these are part of the Purified Ruins. I assume all of this is probably considered the Layskar Ruins. And that would have been what we first came across had we entered into the lake from our initial contact point. Alright, yeah, let's head up over here and then check out that gazebo that was floating down that way. It's like slowly taking nibbles out of the area. Alright. It's like, how safely do you want to drop down? Oof, I thought... Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that's a good, friendly person. Hey!
Hello? There's someone there. Would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage, in search of the distant light. And when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
Give Shabriri grape. One day you'll have the eye beams, just like I'll have.
Oh, many thanks to you. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold.
Their human eyes don't say anything. If we tell her the truth... She might stop? I mean, I guess she could go more insane. Huh. I mean, she's eaten this many. It's like... it's one of those things that ignorance is bliss in this particular situation, so, yeah, we're not gonna say anything. Don't say anything.
I wonder, delectably tender, what a sight they...
Oh, okay, so she's waiting for an answer, so we have to be honest with her. Otherwise, she's probably going to be waiting here until we give her some, like, go-ahead. I'm sorry, lady, but they're human eyes.
No. That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were... Sorry. I'm alright now. Don't mind me. I apologize. You only did as I asked. I'll be fine. Think no more of it. I apologize. I'll be fine.
Alright. So, see you later,
I
hopefully?
apologize. I'll be fine.
You okay?
I apologize.
All right.
Fine.
I mean, the fact she showed up there, though, kind of makes you wonder if there's another frenzy camp nearby. Whoop, don't mind me, wolves. Had she just had an option to tell her or not tell her, and we chose not tell her, and then that was it, then I wouldn't have told her. Like, I've been like, okay, that's my decision, locked in. But the fact she kept on basically being like, you know, I wonder what they taste like, and we had the option, it's like, okay, there's one of those quests where it's like, they're waiting for us to kind of like, you know, prompt it along. Okay, like I thought, secret back here. That stripe of white flesh. Beyond that, there's nothing else, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, towards the gazebo we go. Alright, more lobsters. I really should try fighting the lobsters just to kind of gauge how strong they are. Because right now I'm still giving them a pretty wide berth because they do seem like they would hit pretty hard. I mean, the crabs still can be pretty troublesome at times. Discarding something. Alright, first we're going to check out the gazebo. And over here for a dungeon, maybe. Alright, not seeing any dungeon in the shade. But alright. What do we got here? All you little poison dudes. Alright, smithing stone 2. And seemingly nothing else. Alright, we'll try to do a quick run by here to grab the thing from the badger bear. Although, okay, that was a bit of a shade. I thought I saw maybe a potential hole in the wall. Ouch. Hang in there, Torrent. Oh boy. Sliver of meat. Alright. Into the lake we run. Oh yeah, these dudes. The dudes who summon. And there's the sound of them summoning. Oh, lobster. Alright, another gazebo. Ouch. I forgot. I'm supposed to be zigzagging with the lobsters. Alright, smithing stone 3. Okay, this is the bridge. Okay, cool. So we got that gazebo, we got this gazebo. I think we checked out that one way earlier when we checked out the telescope. We should maybe check in with the blackguard at some point. But yeah, we should also... We'll run along here and then check in with the blackguard. Hello, guys. Golden Ruin 3. Alright, plants, more Abernakis. That's basically one of the marionette battle barges. Okay, regular dudes. Silver pickled fowlfoot. Alright, we'll run a bit north here alongside the lake since we've yet to be in this area. Alright. 2 wolves and a dude. Ooh, what have we here? Land squirt ashes, okay. Feeling like we're maybe getting closer to a potential dungeon this way. Yeah, this entire thing kind of being like covered in trees in this particular area makes me think there's something probably here. Oops, spot of grace. Alright. Tap this. Lost grace discovered. The Eastern Lemuria Lakeshore. Alright. Okay. So the road... There we are, okay. Now, we went across that path previously, and we ran down the outer shoreline here. But I'm trying to recall if we actually just went through here or not. Like, where is the connecting bit that we, rode down on? Alright, more dudes. Okay, yeah, and this is... Why didn't I go towards this giant structure? I was probably in a hurry to get to the Black Dagger Catacomb, so... What is that giant circular thing? Assuming I'm going the right direction now. Alright, cool. So, stick to the road, but veer to the right. Ooh. Oh! One of the elevators down below. Alright. I'm trying to... Alright, the nearest grace isn't too far away. Alright, into battle we ride. Ouch. Oh, it's already injured. Ouch. Gonna be on the safe side here for heals. Alright, run! There we go. Ah. Sadly, no loot, but... Okay, so the door... I'm pretty certain the door was closed before, so I'm going to assume beating him opened the door. The Ainsel Riverwell. Or Ansel. Alright, down we go. Things look a bit different here. Yeah, like, don't see any possible secret that we passed by just now. Why are there giant ants? Oh, that's already on the lantern. Alright, quickly gonna check around the elevator here for any goodies. Don't see any, though. Alright, lost grace discovered. I'm very curious. How close are we now to a level up? Closer, but not quite there yet. Okay. I've played all the Earth Defense Force games. I'm prepared to fight giant bugs. come on. Target the one on the left wall. Ah! It really does not want to target that one. Alright. It really is like EDS. Only 122. Okay, these guys are probably not that dangerous. Now why? Huh, I wonder why that one basically doesn't want to get targeted. And now think about it. Okay, so we're pretty far away from the other underground area. I'm kind of like trying to get a vibe for what exactly is the underground like, because I was of the mindset that it would probably be like connected, but I mean, I don't know, I guess. Whoop. Hello. Or, okay, not connected, like more thematically connected. Like I expected it all to be kind of like underground Ancient Kingdom ruins, but this is like actual underground. Journey to the center of the earth type underground. Giant bugs and I mean, if they wanted to throw like a giant dinosaur, then it would be pretty fitting. Okay, so the one that came down was not one of these guys. Or, more specifically, that guy. I'm almost tempted to take out the old bow just to get him down, but it's probably fine. Alright, a Grace Mimic. Alright. That's more damage than I thought it would do. To turn back and level up, or to press forward. One, two. Alright, not seeing any more. Silver Firefly. This feels like a trap. Alright, Smithing Stone 3. Yeah, it's like very interesting. It's just like a giant, weird ant farm built of bodies. Points for uniqueness. Did not imagine I'd come across something like this in this game. No previous equivalent. Okay, so now we're back at the Ancient Kingdom land. Alright. Don't see a Grace in sight. Hold on. Alright, before we go too far down this tunnel, gotta go back up and check out the other side, because I did see an ant in the distance there. EDF! EDF! Alright, it's by itself, right? Ouch. Okay, what are you guarding? At least they're not emerging from the ground like an EDF. Like if I got to the end of one of these tunnels and then suddenly... Never mind! Okay, they can do what EDF does. Good to know. Alright, definitely need a mana potion here. Okay. Think we're relatively safe. Now that said, I should probably use the shackle around here. Even if I'm a bit afraid it's gonna suddenly have all the dudes emerge from the ground. Alright, good, good. Okay. And assumingly once we're out of Ant Town, no more ants. Now, I'd imagine they would want to give us a spot of grace since we're kind of like, you know, officially new area. So, Ghost Glove work, good, good. Let's look for grace before we go out into the water. Like, things that look like traps? Probably a trap. Right? Making sure like nothing's gonna drop down from above. There we go. There's some grace. Okay, there's the elevator. I was like, there should be an elevator downward, but... Alright, what we're gonna do... Oh yeah, actually we should... level up. Alright. Before we level up, confirm... Where is our insanity spear? Here we go. Yeah, 20 dex. Boom. Oh, wrong one. Nope, nope. Hold on. Alright, actually, we should try what I was thinking before. Alright. Magic dagger, where are you? And then insanity spear. I know. Here we go. Okay, so it is the one that basically shoots it forward. And not too bad in terms of how much frenzy it applies. Okay, it does take FP. Alright, go ahead and rest here real quick. Alright, now we'll get those things out in the water. Then we should probably... yeah, probably call it after we grab those things. As always, I'm tempted to push forward, but... try to keep the recordings these days manageable. Emphasis on try. I know I don't always succeed. Sometimes, you know... I noticed one of my videos recently, the, Shatter Shard Arrow Fletched, the, 2.5 hours of Fire Emblem. The next doing 3. But... I was trying. Just, man. Fire Emblem Three Houses is, quite a bit of a departure from some previous Fire Emblem games in terms of overall pacing. like to sanity check myself. I was checking out the original, like the one that came out here in the United States, just called Fire Emblem on the GBA, but I believe it was the Binding Blade originally, I want to say? The one with the Lin. So I was like, going back and playing a bit of that again, I'm like, yeah, man. That's kind of roughly what I thought I'd be in for starting up 3 houses, but that wasn't the case. I know Awakening and like all the other ones became a bit slower, but 3 houses is super slow. Okay, demo humans down there. Alright, what I would like to do, as we wrap things up for today, I want to try and upgrade my Insanity Spear, but I know that's going to cost a bit of runes. Also, now think about it, how did I get the map unlocked for this area over here? Because I don't remember there being an obelisk. Oh wait, maybe there was, like, right next to the elevator? Yeah, but this one, we're just kind of in the dark. Now think about it, what are these things called? Ansel River Well Depths? The Ansel River Sluice Gate versus the Sofuria River. Okay. So it's all underground rivers. Alright. What we'll do, go back. Okay, so the Ansel River is an entire region itself. Going back to the Table of Lost Grace. Let's see if anything is new there. And while we're at it, upgrade the Frenzy Spear a tiny bit. And then we'll call it. Alright, he's still doing good. Yep. Grumpy, but good. Okay. I do wonder what happened to the guy that was here earlier. He just kind of vanished without a trace. Which makes me wonder if, like, did we fail his story? Or is, like, his story now at the next part? We just need to find it to trigger it. But alright, let's...
Well, I took you for dead. No matter
Always
how
taking
you're
me for dead, aren't you, Blacksmith? Alright, strength and armament. Yeah, we know we can get Somber Smithing Stones 1 and 2 by just buying them from EG, so... Alright, there we go. Trying to recall what we got the Dragon and other one up to. I think it was +3. So I'd like to do the same here. Yeah, +3. Yeah, also being able to upgrade the Arumi would be nice. Yeah, let us crack open some of the Golden Rune ones. Do 6.
back already, no matter.
Alright, strength and armament. Thanks, War Spear. And then get the Arumi a bit upward. I would like to get it to at least +6. And then I'm also trying to think of other things we're trying to get to in terms of overall rune count, in terms of like leveling up versus upgrading equipment. Because in my head, good memorize spells here. Like, there's a lot of high phase stuff where we are technically building up towards, albeit very slowly. Oh yeah. I do wonder if any of the I mean, we already had the Lightning Enchantment, so that's kind of equivalent to the Lightning Spear, but Lightning Spear is long range, which is nice. Yeah, we can't use the Black Flame yet. We can do basic Flame of Frenzy shooting in front, which, if I recall correctly, that does increase our own insanity. And then 22 for the Cyclops Blast, which, that's what I want. I want the Optic Blast. Nice precision-guided, like, projectile. We have yet to use the O-Flame. Real quick, I'd be curious about that. In my head, I kind of know what it looks like, but I'd like to confirm. Alright. Definitely a bit slower than what I'm used to. But we can charge up, but in the heat of the moment. Bump. Like, don't know if that would really... Like, it would probably depend on the damage it does. And then... Yeah, let's real quick... swap out O-Flame for... Actually, we should swap out a few things. Let's do a quick little check-see here about different types of spells. Alright. We'll swap out O-Flame. I'm very curious about basically Surge O-Flame. And then swap out this for Lightning Spear. And then Cure Poison for Flames of Frenzy. Alright, let's give these a quick whirl here. Oh yeah, there was a poison weapon previously for that particular slot. I forgot about that. Oh, wrong one. Alright, Surge O-Flame. Honestly, it seems more useful than the regular O-Flame. We've seen that so many times used against us, and yeah, it's still a nice projectile. Dang it. I'm gonna keep on doing that. Okay. Now I imagine, yeah, if we go fully insane, we die, right? Oh, okay, we just take damage, but we don't die. Alright, that's good to know. Why not? Yeah, that is nice, not gonna lie. And even basically the frenzy glow itself gives very much like chaos vibes almost from the Dark Souls games. I mean, very different everything else, but it's more kind of like as a unique hook element that's like, oh, that's kind of a neat, you know, it's not ice, it's not that, like, I love those things. I love fantasy elements. And so element of crazy madness in the form of like fire that shoots from your eyes, like, and it's a whole school of magic and hierarchy. I love that stuff so much. But alright, let's go ahead. Okay, return to entrance. We swapped out Cure Poison, we swapped out... Boy, I don't remember what the other one was. Did I swap out Lightning Enchantment? Okay, so we have basically Black Flame, that. Oh, we did swap out basically the Lightning one. Alright. Yeah, we want to keep Assassin's Approach, no matter what, that one's really good. We've not really had use of the... No, whenever we fight Undead, we tend to use Order Blade, so keep that. Yeah, Lightning Spear might be more handy than Enchant Weapon to be Lightning, for right now. There might be a boss later on that we kind of want to invest in that, but for now, this gives us a projectile that's pretty good. This gives us basically a source of fire, now that we solved that dragon. Actually, we could... Nope. Alright. What we'll do, we'll put Lightning Enchantment back on. If I can find it. There we go. And then Lightning Spear. And just to double check a few other things here. Alright, Beast Vitality. I have been told that this spell is pretty good. I can't remember if it was a comment or my soul-flowing friend, but like... kind of a very cheap version of healing? There is a thing of like maybe more flame. Yeah, we're still one away from basically the black flame, but if this is projectile and it does cause them to have the black flame tick for health thing, that might be better than actually enchanting the black flame blade for how short this lasts. Yeah, I'm a bit sad that darkness was a bit better, but we also didn't give it much of a shot, though. Rejection. One day I'll try rejection some more, but today is not that day. We already have Poison Mist, and we technically get Poison Armament for free after Poison Mist. Yeah, okay, I think this is a fine setup for right now. And alright, let's go ahead and call it here, and then yeah, next time... do we continue our underground exploration? Or do we go more into Raya Lucaria? I'm leaning towards underground exploration in that I'm assuming, similar to the other Theophora River well depth, we're going to hit a pretty hard wall relatively soon down there that's going to be like, oh, Knockground's not unlocked yet, so come back later. So I assume in that same vein that we'll kind of burn out of that pretty quickly, and then we'll go back to focusing on Raya Lucaria. Unless... I wonder if I'm supposed to go to the Academy town and get a quest. It's like, we need the Laystone key to get into the Academy, but to do that, you need to go underground. And like, if it all kind of loops back into itself. Either way, the options, but likely it's going to be a combination of the both for next time. So, that is the agenda for next time, and that was today. So, alright. Until next time, later.